You don't need to. Okay. Hi guys. Hi guys. Hi guys. Hi guys. Market is bleeding. لو وين الذهب ولو وين Hi guys, how you doing? How's your day? How's everything? I know the market is bleeding. We're going to be talking about that. We just crossed below 4,350 on gold. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting, guys. Pretty interesting. Interesting. Market is bleeding. Market is bleeding. Hello, we're also bleeding. Love it. I love it. I love it. It's Friday. I mean, come on. Like the funny part is everyone asks for, so the market goes up for 9 consecutive sessions, right? 9 consecutive sessions going up, doing amazing results, 10%, 20%, 10%, 20%. Going into a stock and doing 40% on a trade and just like enjoying the life, like literally the life, right? And then 2 days happen, like literally Thursday and Friday happen, and there's like this cool off on the market, and everyone's like, shit, why did this happen? Like literally fuck my life. Like I can't imagine this is happening to me. It's such a disaster. I'm so down on my bags. Like it's crazy. It's so sad. I'm literally gonna get out of trading. I'm just gonna drop everything and just leave. It's crazy. I mean, guys, nothing goes up. Like nothing goes up to eternity. Like it does not, nothing keeps going up without actually doing some kind of retracement. Like if you think about the way trading happens, you have to take profit. When you're taking profit, what's happening? You're dumping your bags into the market. And so if there is some kind of news that's kind of hawkish, that's not like the best news ever, what do you imagine is going to happen? I mean, it's going to go down. And the ironic part is the actual news, the non-farm payroll that came out was actually positive. So we had a number today called the non-farm payroll that tracks employment in the US, right? It excludes farmers, military, etc. And so the number goes out, revised from 115 to 172, which is good, but the market reacts to this news saying, okay, so if the employment is going up, so if employment is good, right? Let's say employment is good, then does it mean we're not going to be cutting rates? And so a lot of people started selling off because they were pretty much like worried that no interest rate drop is going to happen in 2026. But so I don't get it. So do you want employment or you do not want employment? Do you want growth or you do not want growth? And today we're going to be discussing basically stocks. We're going to be discussing the Zcash situation, which is a bullshit situation, to be honest. I had a call with one of the community members a few days back, and he was asking me about the privacy play. And what do you think about, and he asked me like literally, what do I think about the Zcash narrative? And I mean, come on, guys. I mean, come on. I mean, who the fuck cares about privacy in 2026? Do you really think that there is such a thing called privacy in 2026? Like, do you logically think that you're going to be able to protect yourself against governments digging into your trades, your numbers, your identity, your social media, every fucking thing that you put in on the internet? Every fucking thing is tracked by other people. And this is a fact. This no longer is a debate. It's no longer something you get to choose, or you get to kind of say, hey, listen, I'm going to unlock my privacy because I think I could get a better result when it comes to content being streamed at me, versus, hey, I don't want to give permission. Bro, for 2 years, WhatsApp has been telling us that every conversation we have on WhatsApp is encrypted end to end. Well, good luck not mentioning some kind of product in your conversations on WhatsApp, and then the next fucking day getting ads from the same exact companies that provide the same exact product. Come on. And then some people come out and just try to explain the narrative. The audacity of people going out on the timeline and explaining to us, saying, hey, Zcash actually protects your privacy. Oh, really? How does it do so? Well, I'm going to tell you how it does so. By actually controlling the transactions, by centralizing transactions. Well, guess what? The same people that were promoting decentralization, that were promoting freedom, that were promoting lack of control of one central agency over the financial system, suddenly promote Zcash as the solution to privacy. Come on, bro. Come on. You cannot, I do understand you trying to argue or to argument this narrative, but at least have some consistency. At least I would respect someone sharing that thought, sharing that take, and then saying, I'm all for centralization, right? All for government, for Wall Street, for the Fed, all for literally a centralized system. I would respect that person far more than someone going out saying, bro, I'm for decentralization. We're going to decentralize the shit out of the financial system. And then saying, well, guess what? Zcash is the solution. Bro, come on. That's an intellectually, that's intellectual default. Literally, that's a default on the intellectual level. If you're trying to give me an argument that compares Zcash to freedom or privacy, you're already you've already lost when it comes to any kind of argumentation you have. Any kind of argumentation. Literally, that's it, right? So that's for starters. And then so the same people are trying to say, yeah, this is the bottom for Zcash, and then there was no exploit, and there was no issuance of new tokens. But guess what? How many tokens can Zcash issue? An unlimited fucking amount of Zcash. Like they could literally issue as many coins as they want. Well, what happens with supply, bro? Like literally, if you compare to the US dollar, I think Cap shared the post comparing it to the US dollar. US dollar has infinite supply. Like the government could print out as many dollars as they want. Zcash could do the same. Under those like literally clustered pools, they could do the same. So my point is, everything that's happening today, whether in the stock market on a Friday, whether in Zcash, all of this is kind of predictable, bro. I'm not sure why people go out and start getting surprised. Oh, we're bleeding. Oh shit, we're bleeding. Fuck, bro. What the fuck? It's so sad. Bro, it's a fucking Friday. What do you expect from the market? Do you expect people buying your fucking bag just because you would feel good on a weekend? This is not how the stock market works. I literally started buying SLNH at 1.7. It's at 1.35 right now. Am I crying? I'm not crying. I believe in my narrative. I'm going to continue believing in my fucking narrative. I have two stocks I've been DCAing the shit out of. Webull, and now SLNH. Two stocks. Did I ever go out and say, oh, the shit, I'm losing so much in this trade? No, bro, because I'm winning other trades, and those are conviction plays for me, and I'm going to keep them. I'm going to keep them. Do I go out and say, oh, Ether is at 1600, and now my ape lost 25% of its value because Ethereum lost 25% of its value in the past, 10 days? Am I out there crying, saying, what the fuck, I'm dead? No, bro. Because apes are a conviction play for me. Because I believe in the power of NFTs. I believe in the power of community. I believe in what Figgy is doing when it comes to Yuga. Just like I believe what SLNH are doing when it comes to energy. I believe energy is going to be one of the biggest bottlenecks in the next few years. I believe photonics are going to be one of the biggest trends of the next few years. I do believe that robotics are going to be the next big thing. I do believe that quantum is going to be the next big thing. And so I'm going to position myself accordingly. I'm going to take my positions, wait for my positions. If it goes down 90%, I'm going to fucking buy 10 times more, and I'm going to continue buying. Why? Because I believe in my fucking conviction. It's very easy. If you believe in Bitcoin, you should not be worried about Bitcoin right now. You should not be worried about Bitcoin. Why? Because if you really believe that Bitcoin is going to be the cornerstone of the next financial system, because the current financial system is fucking flawed and all of the governments are going to literally go bankrupt in a couple of years, but then guess what you have to do? You got to stack Bitcoin, right? It's very simple. It's very easy. And then you could go on another layer and start thinking, how can you be a bit more kind of creative in your trades? So what do? I took a short on MicroStrategy at 186. It was literally peanuts. The stock was at 186. Guess what my options are doing right now? We're sitting at 117, 120, I think, on MicroStrategy, MSTR. And 120. Why? Because I do believe at the same time, just like I believe that Bitcoin is an amazing thing right now because it got adopted by the government. I used to think that Bitcoin is shit. I still do think that Bitcoin has no underlying value except for the demand that's being created by the government. But that said, I do believe that as a solution to the problems of the older financial system, I do believe Bitcoin does provide a solution. I do believe that a limited supply instrument that is central to a new financial system does provide a solution. It does provide a solution. It does provide a solution for inflation. it's not you could argue with bring me any economist out there, like literally any fucking economist out there, and ask them, like, if we create a financial system that has a cornerstone financial instrument that is limited in supply, that has like instant settlements, easy transfers, that is fine, we could say like provable and then decentralized, right? At its core, it's not decentralized in practice, but it's decentralized at its core. Would that be a solution for inflation? Answer is yes. Answer is yes, for sure. It would create a kind of inflation barrier, right? It would create an inflation barrier. Now, at the same time, do I think that MicroStrategy is the best solution for Bitcoin? Of course not. Of course not. When Jim Cramer, we're giving an example in Jim Cramer, it's funny, but when Jim Cramer said Saylor has murdered Bitcoin, he was not wrong. He was not wrong. He was actually right, because that guy has been literally ruining Bitcoin for everyone. Because now, literally everyone's relying on Saylor to actually keep buying. And Bitcoin lost its natural aura towards retail. Retail does not buy Bitcoin today. It does not buy Bitcoin. No fucking retail investor, except those on X who are pretty knowledgeable in what the space kind of is, if we can call it the space, are buying Bitcoin. But no other is buying. No person who's not on X or on Reddit, who's working on a daily basis, goes home at the end of the day and says, hey, guess what? I made some money today. I'm gonna go ahead and buy fucking Bitcoin. No one does that. And unless you actually do that, unless you actually get to that point, Bitcoin is not gonna fly. Unless you actually take out the Saylors and the Tom Lee of this space, you're not gonna go up. You're not gonna go up. It's gonna keep happening over and over again. It's gonna go up and then dump again because that fuck decided to sell. And he sold 2.5 Bitcoins, 2.5 Bitcoin, 32 Bitcoins for 2.5 million. It's not a major amount, but it's a signal. It's a signal. And people woke up to the reality of what MicroStrategy is. And I've been screaming like this take and this narrative for the longest time. I've been telling you, it does not make sense. This is a company that does not generate revenue. The only way it does make money, the only way it makes money is by actually bringing in more people to buy their assets. They started selling bonds, then they sell preferred shares, then they sold common shares. Come on, bro. Come on. And you got to convince me, you want to convince me that MicroStrategy giving 9.5% as a coupon is something that is logically sustainable. Come on, bro. Come on. If this is logically sustainable, I don't know what sustainable is. I literally have no fucking idea what sustainable is. On the flip side, this is sustainable. You could say whatever you want. This is going to be sustainable. I was in a meeting literally 20 minutes ago. I left the meeting for 2 minutes. When I came back, I was coming back to my screen, literally coming back to my screen, and I overheard the people in the meeting talking about what? They were not talking about their work. They were not talking about the business. They were not talking about the actual conversation we were having. They were talking about the monkey. And they were smiling and laughing, laughing in a good way, saying, how cute is this monkey? Right? It's logically sustainable. Yes, people are going to want to own an ape because they're going to identify with a fucking ape. Because at the core of what we are, I'm not gonna go there, but if you're a Freudian, like, we're fucking apes. At the core of what we are, we identify with fucking apes. Very easy, right? So I do think that at the same time, when you're planning to buy something, when you're planning to accumulate something, I think you should just believe in your narrative. Should not be impacted by what the market does. It's not about the market. It's about the conviction. Am I convinced that SLNH is doing a good job? Yeah, their CEO went on a space, explained literally the shit out of their projects. Dorothy 1, 2, Dr. Paul Christensen explained in details and did his detailed due diligence on the project. I mean, yes, it was a paid space, but still, he did his job, right? I mean, to be honest, like, are you going to see the market go down on a Friday when non-farm payroll went up and people are worried that there's not going to be any drop in interest rates, which would lead to credit rates remaining at an all-time high and potentially deficiencies and defaults on credit. Sorry, yeah, and default on credit continues. Of course, people are going to be worried, and of course, people are going to try to dump on a Friday. It's normal. It's only logical for people to dump on a Friday. It's only logical. Let's look at the prices. Gold, 4,368. I told you we were at 5,400. I was telling you we're going down. We were at 4,500. I told you we're going down. I am still telling you we're going down. The next level it's testing, gold. The next level we test is this, bro. Okay, this is the first level, and if you want to look at the second level, it's I'm gonna give you the chart. Hang on. Okay, that's the next level, bro. This is the next level, right? This is the 4,090. Where is it? There we go. Hang on. Oh, where can I get access to my fuck? Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, hang on. Fine, I'll put an extended line for now. There we go. See? That's the level, bro. That's where we're going with gold. This is the gap we're closing. This is the area we're closing. This is the area we're closing. And I've been screaming that for the longest time, but no one wants to listen. Literally, no one wants to listen. Nasdaq's down. It's gonna keep going down up until the end of the day, unless there's any kind of news. When it comes to crypto, let's look at crypto. Obviously, the Kaito surprise yesterday did not really last long. We're still down on Kaito. I expected it to go above 0.5, but it did not. Let me check. Does it show? Yeah, it shows. Bitcoin still above 60, not for long, but I think it's going to be going down to 58 as the first test, and then 52 if we continue. Ethereum is for 1,500. Crazy. Guess some people who sold were right to actually exit. That's pretty much, like, I think that's pretty much what's going on. I think it's going below that to 1,300. It's going to retest the 1,300 level. Solana's cooked, in my opinion. Like, Solana's literally cooked. I don't see Solana going up again. I don't know how it's going to go up again. I literally don't know. Pengu's holding, like I would have expected 0.005 on Pengu, and I was buying at 0.005, but did not get there yet. If it gets there, I'm gonna mass buy. I'm gonna skip currencies for now. If you look at other stocks, MSTR below 120. Below 120. Below 120. Webull, we're down literally 6% on the day. 6%. Now look at Webull, for example. Webull, we're at a market cap of 3 billion, bro. Like 3 billion. Is it big? Is it good? Is it bad? Compare it to the big ones. You're looking at competitors at 70 and 80 billion in market cap. I do think it's at a discount. I still do think it's at a discount. I'm not gonna go through the majors. Anyway, I'm not gonna go through all the stocks. But you guys probably don't know them. But yeah, so yeah. See what I mean? Like when I tell you what's like, how do you know BTC will go down to 58? Support. Let me show you. Hang on. Let me show you for Bitcoin. I'm going to show you where we're sitting on Bitcoin and tell you what are the next levels. Yeah, there we go. Let me get you the daily. Hang on. Where's the 1 day? There we go. Hang on, let me show you. Oh, that's gold. Let me get to Bitcoin. Okay, oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Oh shit, sorry guys. There we go. Share screen, sorry. There we go. Okay, so can you see my screen? Can you reply if you can see my screen, just to make sure? Not sure if you can see my screen. Can you see it? No? Oh, you can't see my screen? Okay, so you can. Okay, perfect. Okay, cool. Thank you. Oh wow, I just noticed that in comments, it tells me where you guys are watching from. So it tells me whether you're watching from X or you're watching from YouTube. Interesting. Cool. Okay, so let me get you to the chart. Bro, this is the chart. Okay, your next level is 59,971. This is the level. And then if you go down below, you're visiting the previous levels, right? Which is this level, in this case, this level. Right? This level, right? See it? That's the second level, which is a major level. And I did the same for the hourly trade. And the hourly trade gets me to 58,000 as a first layer, 52,000 as a second layer, 50,000 on the daily, right? Those are the levels you are looking at, bro. And that's considering Bitcoin goes down below 59,971, which is this number. If we don't go down below this number, next week we could reclaim 64,000, right? We could reclaim 64,000 by next week. And that's pretty much support and resistance play. Do you think it's a good time to get in, or you think the downtrend will continue on stocks? I do think listen, the downtrend will continue on stocks, on tech stocks. It will. So let me tell you how does it happen? You get a pump in the market. I've been doing this shit for 15 to 20 years. So trust me when I tell you, I started super young. And when I do these things, there's always a trend. And that trend goes this way. There's always a pump, and people expect that the pump is going to continue. Up until the point where people start feeling comfortable with the pump, this is when the market dumps. This happens each and every time, right? And then when people get scared and start selling off, like just selling their shares, right? This is when the market pumps again. Why? Because market makers and big funds want to make sure they get the best price in the market. It's a run. Literally, it's a race for you to get the best price in the market. If you get the best price, you're gonna get the best results, or obviously you're gonna make the biggest profit. And so market makers would want you to be scared, right? They're not gonna get you scared on a Friday, trust me. So my point is, you're not gonna get like that. This Friday kind of, you could call it sell-off, is not really a sell-off. It's not really a sell-off. I think that we're in a good place right now. I think that we could still move a bit upwards to 54,000 on the Dow, and go up and reclaim his like all-time highs on Nasdaq, on QQQ on Nasdaq by next week. I really think we can do that, especially after the jobs report. I think we are in a good place on the US economy level. I think the hype that's gonna come from the World Cup, from a potential resolution to the crisis in the GCC, that I think will start to materialize by June 22nd. Why? Because June 22nd is the second round of negotiations that's gonna happen. I think that by then we'll have more positivity in the market, and I think we're going to start coming back to a better situation when it comes to the whole, if you like the whole overall macro play when it comes to the market. So do I think we're going to keep dipping? No, I do not think we're going to keep dipping. I do think that we're gonna be taking some losses, or kind of losing a bit on some of the tech stocks, because they went up like so much, and it was a crazy pump in the past, like in the past 20-30 days. It was a crazy pump, bro. You would go on a space trend, you would have a stock jump 25% in one session, and we took advantage of this. I personally traded ASTI for like literally four legs in 2 weeks, which is like literally, it's not something common. It's not something common. It's not at all something that's pretty common that happens, right? I traded SLNH from 129 up to 2.2. 129 to 2.2 ahead of their earnings. 129 to 2.2. Come on. We're back at 129. We're back at 130, 39 on SLNH. With what? With earnings results that showed literally an increase by 50% on their revenue. That showed plans to reach up to 3 gigawatts when it comes to data, to their data centers. And so you want to convince me that we're going to keep dipping on stocks that are actually providing solutions to the market? I do not think so. I'm sorry, but I don't think so. I do not think so. Now, do I believe that everything's like Bitcoin is putting pressure on the market, Zcash put pressure on the market, the geopolitical situation put pressure on the market? Yes, I do believe so. Do I believe that interest rates should drop as soon as possible? I do definitely believe so. I think Trump should urge the new Fed chair to drop interest rates by 2% as soon as possible. Why? Not for the investors, not for money to pump into the market. No, for people to start paying less credit. Bro, interest rates on credit is at an all-time high. Defaults are at an all-time high. And what you need to think about is how can you save those people from going bankrupt? Because they're struggling with jobs. And again, like we're struggling with jobs up to a certain point because those fuck tech companies, right? Meta and co are literally dropping people thinking they're going to replace them easy, but it's not going to happen. They're not going to replace people. For the next 24 months, there's not going to be any major replacement. There's going to be restructuring of jobs, yes, no major replacement. Will we ultimately be replaced? Yes, for sure. And everyone's doing everything so that robots can replace humans. Is it going to happen as fast as they thought it was going to happen? No. Because what's proving to be happening right now is technology is still not there. And that's why I'm bullish on technology. I'm bullish on these companies that are like creating AI chips and then doing robots and then creating those solutions for transfer of data. Look at photonics. We've been talking about photonics for the longest time. We've been talking about photonics for the past 4 years now. SIVE, like Stivers, went up probably, what, 2,000%? And then what happened? It stagnated right now. And people are calling it bullshit. Other people are calling it good. Same people that are calling it good are calling other stocks bullshit. It's a shit show because people do not look at fundamentals. And my answer to you is, will we keep dumping on some stocks? Yeah, we will keep dumping because they are overvalued. On NVIDIA, we will go back to probably 185, 180, 185 on NVIDIA. Does it mean that NVIDIA is overvalued? Not at all. But what's expected from NVIDIA? They're doing $80 billion a quarter. What do you expect is going to happen in the next few quarters? Guess what? Revenue is going to drop because competition is going to grow. IBM wants to do their own chips. Intel wants to do their own chips. Dell wants to build their own chips. Apple are doing their own silicon chips, right? Oracle wants to do their own chips. Google wants to build their own chips. They don't want NVIDIA. They don't want to pay $80 billion for NVIDIA per quarter. They just don't. They just don't. They just want to do their own thing. They want to increase their profit margins by decreasing costs, by decreasing OPEX and CAPEX. So they want to decrease their capital expenditure and they want to decrease their operational expenditure. And so my opinion is, like, we're going to see a small downturn on tech stocks, but I don't think we're going to keep going down heavily on major indices. Definitely the SpaceX IPO is putting a toll on the market. That's for sure. That's for sure. Is it the only thing? No, it's not. Come on, it's $75 billion. It's not a major amount that's being taken out of the market. $75 billion is big. I do agree it's big. Valuation is crazy. In my opinion, it should not have worked. Okay, they should not have gone for a $1.7 trillion and then $75 billion at a $135 per stock pricing issuing. But they did it. And if people want to buy, then they're going to buy. If people don't want to buy, then they're not going to buy. That's it. I think that's what Elon's pushing for. And he's right. I mean, he wants to negotiate what's best for him. And whoever is going to want to resist, it's their utmost right to actually resist it. Very easy. It's an open market. I laugh at people like criticizing, oh yeah, he should have done it less. He should have done this. He should have done that. Bro, go do it. Like, if you think you're smarter, just go do it. And I do not believe that he should be criticized for wanting to raise capital for a project that he's dreaming about. Same for other companies. Same for Bored Apes. Same for Meebits. Same for all other NFT projects. They should not. They should not. They should not. So that's my thought. I really think that you guys should focus on building your portfolio on the long term. Like if you're building your portfolio, I do not think that space has to be part of it. That's my thought. I mean, if I look at space companies, how much are they generating? Peanuts. How much are they generating? Nothing. They're generating zero, nothing. 5 million, 4 million, 300,000, 200,000. Literally nothing. Literally nothing. And if I look at Bumble, for example, a stock I gave you yesterday that went all the way up 10% in a day, I think we moved it, and then went back to 2.9, I still think it's an amazing trade. I do think it's an amazing trade. I'm not giving financial advice or incentive to trade or to invest, but I do think it's an amazing trade. Come on. I mean, if I look at Bumble doing a market cap, let's look at it. Wait, let's look at it. That's Bumble. Let me show you Bumble. This Bumble at 287. It's at 287. Right? Trading just below the 50-day, right? Just below the 50-day. And then that's the market cap, bro. Market cap is 373 million, right? And if you want to go to their revenue, look at this. Okay, they've been going down when it comes to their revenue, but where is it? 24, 25, that's 25. That's 25 revenue. Right? 26 revenue, where is it? Estimate, yeah, that's the estimate. The reported for 25 is 965 million, right? That's the revenue, bro. That's literally their reported number, right? Versus the market cap sitting at 3.373. Come on. So you want to convince me that that stock trading at what? That stock trading at a third in market cap, a third annual revenue versus other companies trading at literally at 10 times earnings. You want to convince me that that's something that I want to, like, that's something that I don't want to invest in? Come on. You want to convince me that that's not a logical trade? I don't care if it goes to zero, because everything could go to zero. Everything could go bankrupt. Everything could just smash, right? But what do? You get, if you want to trade, where do you go? Where do you go? Where do you go to the things that are fundamentally logical? Of course. How can I build a portfolio and I'm trying to register? I don't know, bro. Technicalities, I'm not sure. Like you got to talk to someone. I'm not sure. I cannot help you on a live on where to register with which broker or what to do with which. It's not. I cannot do that. Sorry. So yeah, basically, like the thing is, when you're thinking about your trades, your investments, you got to think about like literally what's fundamentally correct, what's fundamentally logical, where is the underlying value, where is the underlying value, and what's going to be the future demand in every industry, right? If you look at an industry, you gotta think like what's going to be the future, right? If you look at say music, right? Music. What's going to be the future for music? If we're going to think like what's going to be the future for music, music's going to be streamed all over. And guess what? Guess what's going to happen? Well, because AI is here, because AI can create music, then the first part of the evolution of music is going to be, but guess what? I'm going to create music using AI. It's going to be much cheaper. I don't have to pay for streaming rights, nothing. But what's going to happen in phase 2? Well, in phase 2, what's going to happen is distribution is going to happen. So whoever owns and holds distribution layers is going to control the streaming layer, right? So what do I do when I'm thinking about investing? Well, I go for distribution layers. How can I distribute music all around the world, right, in the best way possible, and how can I align to actually make money out of it? And guess what do I do? Well, I buy streaming platforms, right, who already have depth in the market, already have a user base, already have the ability to actually spread a certain song or spread a certain music. That's how you gotta think, bro. That's how you gotta think. I don't know. Like it's up to you guys to. But again, like do ask me questions. Like let me know what you think. If you feel that it's correct or not. Yeah. I'm gonna take a break because I'm. Well, I can share my referral link to what? What can I share my referral link to? Size small, medium. Are you getting my stream? Is it like getting to you guys? I don't know. I feel there's some kind of delay. Yeah, we're getting it. Great. Ah, cool. There's a difference. Okay. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Cool. There's a lag. Yeah, there's a lag. There's a lag. Yeah, I know there's a lag. But still, you guys are okay. You guys are doing great. Let's look at the price of NFTs. Mostly NFTs are still are like at the same price when it comes to ETH, but they dropped big when it comes to ETH compared to so floor is floor price. So floor price dropped quite drastically. Cool things on floor though. That one's cool. That one's really cool. That one's really nice. That one I really like as well. I think you're a really cool guy. Really cool with the hat, with this. I love it. I think it has character. There was one that really had character that was listed. Oh yeah, that one. That one. Bro, this one has fucking character. Like a robot ape. Really got character. Yeah, I love apes, to be honest. I love apes. I love apes, to be honest. I really love apes. Hello. So guys, that's what I wanted to tell you. For when it comes to the market, to sum up, I don't think you should be scared. I really don't think you should be scared. I really don't think you should be panicking today. I really don't think you should worry about what's going to happen, because employment is good. The economy is strong for now. And the situation is, I mean, it's relatively stable. I mean, AI is creating a lot of opportunities, and companies are understanding that, hey, we're not going to be firing straight up, but it's going to come in the future. We're not going to be replacing straight up, but it's going to come in the future. And so I do believe that moving forward, you're going to be sitting like you're going to be sitting on a desk with a robot next to you. That's for sure. But is it gonna change your life straight up? I don't think so. I don't think so for now. I think we're still in a situation where we're gonna still benefit from upside on a few stocks in technology, and a sell-off after 9 consecutive days of win. I mean, we've been going up for 9 consecutive days. 9 consecutive freaking days. So it's fine. It's fine. What am I doing for thank you for those who are subscribing on my X account. Appreciate it. You guys are 200 here. I appreciate everyone subscribing to my X. Really appreciate your support. It's not a major thing, but I appreciate the support that you guys are giving, and I try to give you as much content as possible. I gave you an analysis on the market 2 days ago that I think was pretty accurate with the support and resistance levels. I gave you the positions I'm in with entry levels. I gave you what did I give you? So I gave you updates on ASTI. I think you made some money from that. But again, not the point. The point is for you to be part of a community, right? If you're part of a community, you can actually make money. I do genuinely believe that if you're part of a community, you can make money. If you're not part of a community, it's going to be extremely hard for you to trade the markets. If you don't know who's buying, who's not buying, if you're not in this confirmation kind of stage or state that basically lets you feel comfortable about buying when others are buying, I don't think it's going to work. I really don't think it's going to work. Right? And so thank you for subscribing to my X account, the paid subscription. And let me know if you have any questions, because I'm going to wrap up in 8 minutes. It's usually a 1 hour stream that I do on a regular basis. Was it posted? Yeah, it was posted in sub Twitter. Yeah. The support and resistance for the Nasdaq and the waves were posted in the sub Twitter. Yeah. I'm going to show you where it was posted. So you can check it out and go through it and read it, because sometimes you guys, I really think that you guys do not actually read. That's a conclusion that I personally have. I think you really do not read. You really do not read, because there are many things that we mention in a very detailed manner, and some people fail to read it. It's crazy. I mean, when you look at, yeah. So I shared this. I shared this chart in my subs, and these are the waves on each part of it. These are the waves. If you can see here, these are the waves, and the top, that's the top. Oh shit, sorry. That's the top. That's the top. See? So it's 30,500. That's the top. So if you want to get, if you thought that you're not going to correct from the top, I think you're pretty mistaken. I think you're pretty wrong. It's normal to revisit lower levels on a Friday when NFP went out and got literally super positive on the jobs market, and people are worried about interest rates. It's normal. So I did share, and thank you so much for subscribing, for being there, for supporting. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I mean, I do believe that you guys are super supportive in the way you do things, and I really appreciate each and every one of you for being there. Yes, there's a difference between I read that. Reno, hello. Early, hello. How are you? How are you after the market today? Oh, amazing, to be honest. I mean, I DCA'd on a few positions. That's it. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Was it posted? Oh yeah, I answered this question. Yeah, it was posted. Actually, that's what I was showing you. Do you have any other questions, guys? Really appreciate you being here and watching the stream. Not sure if I'm getting comments from X or from YouTube. That streaming platform is really cool though. Great stream. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, so see you in another stream on Monday, and have an amazing weekend, guys.